Japanese Premium Buyer's Guide. That's what we got today. There are sales coming up, and actually, some of them are ongoing as of the recording of this. Which premiums are worth it and which ones are not? Today, I give you the rundown. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Haven here. The annual anniversary sales, as well as some Black Friday sales and holiday sales, etc., are coming up for 2023. These are going to be my opinions on the current state of these premium aircraft in the Japanese tech tree as of late 2023. You should try and find it as most up-to-date guide as you can find. The meta shifts over time in this game. It's always changing and getting updated. So try and find you an updated buyer's guide. This is going to be mine for 2023. So please take a minute to like and subscribe. I do plan on doing all the tech trees. I have done UK, US, Germany, and USSR as of this point so far. Go check out the channel, like and subscribe, find all those. But make sure you don't miss any other future videos that I do. Here we go. Rank 1, do what you want. You're going to move past these so fast. You really don't want to spend time at this rank. Skip. I mean, just skip. Rank 2. All right, we're going to start out with the KI 48-2. The reason I'm going to go ahead and list this one out is it was super cheap. It's an event vehicle. It's the Tokushu Haki event one. It's got the guided missile. Worth maybe checking out if you're willing to spend like $3 to $5. I grounded out, but it's super low BR and the missile is super low and slow. So probably not worth it, but kind of a fun little meme one. The A7HE-1, this is a buy for me, and only if you really want to play rank 2, but it's a buy for me because it's got the 20 millimeter cannons, which can be used for ground RB at this level. I do not have Japanese ground forces ground out. This comes with a 20 millimeter cannon with 120 rounds of ammunition at 2.0, and it is APHE with a pretty good explosion. So you can actually kill a lot of these low tier vehicles in ground RB. And then it's also a pretty fun and performant vehicle in air RB. It is basically a German plane that the Japanese wanted to evaluate. So this is going to be a buy for me. You can pick it up really cheap. It's especially a buy if you have not ground out any of the Japanese tree and you want to get through rank 1 and 2 real quick. So worth doing if you play any ground RB and you want a fighter that can take out some ground units with it. All right, the F4U-1A Corsair Premium used to be one of the biggest Silver Lions grinders in the game. Since the economy changes, not so much, but it's still a 600% Silver Lions modifier. You get to fly an early war Corsair against early war vehicles. It's kind of criminal at this battle rating, and it's just a Corsair. I love Corsairs. You can see I've flown it out enough to get it as an ace crew. Before the economy changes, it was an absolute almost essential buy. After the economy changes, it's not the best Silver Lions grinder in the world, but come on, flying it out at 3.0, flying a Corsair out at 3.0, it's a buy for me, absolutely, 100%. It does not have the secondary weapons like most Corsairs would have, but still worth it in my opinion. The KI or Kawasaki 44-134. This is one of my favorite airframes. It is the weaker engine version, so not my preferred one to fly out, but it is at battle rating 2.7. This is a skip for me, mainly because there are others in this area with an option, and that's what I would prefer. But if you're looking for something as a fighter in rank 2, you could pick it up. It's just, I think you got slightly better options elsewhere that are even better than that. So skip, but it's still a solid option if you want to pick it up. All right, the KI 44-2 otsu. I don't know, I'm trying to say it, but it's basically this one, except with faster, I guess better engine, better armament. It's about 50 kilometers faster. It has 40 millimeter cannons, 20 rounds. But honestly, this is going to be a buy for me, but just understand it's not that great of an upgrade over this. It does, only go up 0.3. The reason why I say it's not a huge upgrade is because yes, it's got 40 millimeter cannons, but you only get 20 rounds of it, and they feel like they're so low velocity, so they're very hard to use. So you're really relying on your 500 rounds of 50 cal which the Japanese belts are fantastic. I have it because it's super cheap. Buy it if you want to, but for me, it's kind of a skip. I don't really use it, and I would probably skip it if I knew what I knew now. The BF109E7, this is an absolute buy. It's a 109 E7. It's got, your typical loadout of 120 rounds of cannon and then 2,000 rounds of the machine gun caliber stuff. I've done a whole review on this. Go check it out on my channel. This is a phenomenal Silver Lions grinder. It's a great to research through rank 2, and I think it might still last through rank 3. So you could buy this or buy this and sort of make it all the way into rank 3. It climbs like a beast. It's pretty maneuverable. It's got good killing. I just go watch the video I have on it. It's a lot of fun. A definite recommended, a definite buy. The KI100-2. This is like it's hard for me to kind of understand what it is that's happening with this particular one. This is I haven't even flown this out. I bought this as part of the sale and I haven't flown it yet. But I know there is a tech tree variant of it somewhere, and it's in the I believe it's like a KI-61. I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I have not yet flown it out. I'll give you more information, but it's a buy, given that I love KI-61s, and this is the premium version of it, and it's at 3.7, and it's at rank 3, 100% buy. All right, the KI-96. This is a skip. I bought it to use for ground forces. It's basically a worse version than something that you could get in the tech tree. Sure, the Silver Lions bonuses are quite high. Sure, it's rank 3. Sure, it's, but it's only got forward facing, guns. I never really warmed up to it. AI 108 just feels more responsive. The turn time, I don't even have it spaded, but it's just, it's easier to control, easier to get on target. And sure, you're not getting the premium bonuses, but I think this is a far worse version of this. And I'd rather fly this out and enjoy myself rather than this one. We'll cover this one right here. The P51C, this is the 3.7 P51 that everyone gets, and I think on nearly every tech tree. It is the most competitive P51, I think, BR for BR. Buy it if you want to grind with a P51 on the Japanese tech tree, if you're like a P51 guy. Otherwise, it's not super special. I don't think it gets any secondary weapons, so you can't really use it in ground RB except for the 50 cals. But yeah, P51C is not a bad plane. It's just, for me, it's a skip because I have several of them. I have like the French version and I've got the Swedish version, and I don't need another one just to grind the Japanese tech tree. So for me, it's a skip. But if you're a big fan of P51s, go ahead and pick it up. B7A2, the up engine version, which is from the previous battle pass. If this is cheap enough, and it's rank 3, I have a lot of fun in this. This thing is basically pay to win. You got a ton of ammo. You've got an 800-pound, 800-kilogram bomb. It's good in ground RB. It's good in air RB. You get an air spawn. The rewards are pretty decent at 507. This is just a fantastic pickup. I would say check the market, see if you can get it cheap enough because it's a lot of fun. It is a big old heavy fighter. Don't let the bomber name trick you. I just multi-use all around. Maybe see if it's cheap enough on the market if you're looking for a good premium because it's a definite winner. Okay, now we're on to perhaps my favorite prop in the whole game. I know I said that about the Wyvern, but if you look at my service record, I've flown this out the second most out of any I think plane I own. So it's right here. It's my number 2. I have a 66% win rate, which I'm a slightly above average win rate kind of guy. I have casually maintained a better than 2-to-1 ratio in this thing, and I'm not a super try hard. Like I fly it pretty casually. If I want, the rewards are insane. They're at 705. It's just an underestimated, fantastic plane. I can't recommend it enough. It's on paper, it doesn't look like much. On paper, the rate of climb looks abysmal. The turn time is not particularly special, but I can tell you if you take this out and fly it and you climb to 3,700 meters or something, and then you're pretty much untouchable if you fly it right. It's a nice mix between an energy fighter and a turn fighter, and all of the really good turn fighters should be on your team, right? On a Japanese team. So being able to be like a better performing 109 with better turn capability, and in fact, the reason why this is it has the MG151s. So if you get good with those, I make shots in this thing out to 800 meters pretty regularly, and it's got a ton of ammo, and the 50 cals hit super hard too. Like between the armament and the flight performance, this is an amazing premium. It is my highest recommended premium in all of Japan's premiums. It even has secondary weapons you can take in ground RB. So if you're gonna pick one on this entire list, buy this one, frankly. So this is a super strong buy recommendation for me. All right, A7M1, my second highest buy recommendation for sure. It takes all of the weaknesses of the A6 series and all this and kind of improves upon them, and then maintains a lot of the things that everybody likes about Zero. So it's got more engine power, it's got ability to climb, it's got more armament, and it's bright freaking orange. My second highest premium recommendation. It's at a decent BR. You'll get up tiered into that JU288 spam, but there's plenty of down tiers to be had too. Super competitive. Just one of those Japanese turn fighter planes that can be untouchable with the ability to climb and a little bit more of a decent engine to go along with it too. So strong buy recommendation for me. All right, the Focke-Wulf 190A5. This is going to be an iffy skip for me, and I'll tell you why. I think you've got the KI 61, you got the A7 right here in the same BR range. It's a skip because this is where Focke-Wulfs get sort of caught up to in terms of flight performance, and they're trying to make up for it in more and more heavy armament. But if you don't take a bunch of head-ons, then this is now an over-tiered Focke-Wulf because it's such a high BR because of its armament and not for its flight performance. But overall, I would say this is a skip unless you're just a fan of Focke-Wulfs like I am. But it's just sort of overshadowed by other premiums that you can get. Good premium bonus. Like I said, I'll take it out when I want to play a Focke-Wulf and I don't want to deal with zeros. That's when I play it the most. All right, A6M5 Ko Zero. This is used to be the Zero that you got in the starter pack, and that's why I picked it up, because I got it like super dirt cheap, and it gives me a 5.0 BR rank 3 Zero that I get to play with on occasion. I don't know, it's going to be dependent upon the price of this one. It's got good silver lines bonuses, got good decent research bonuses, but it has still all the limits of Zeros, which is they're generally over tiered, and they're generally very slow for the tier that they're now in. If you're a Zero pilot and you want to fly Zeros, I could recommend it depending on the price, but I guess I need to figure out what the price is, and then I'll update my recommendation on the screen there. All right, J2M5. I do not have this. This is a skip for me because you got 84 rounds of a very slow cannon. J2s and J2Ms in general are just kind of broken. I think they're about to get a flight model nerf probably. So given the price of this thing and the upcoming changes to the flight model and the limited amount of ammo that this thing can carry, it's a skip for me. All right, B-17E. This is the Capture B-17. Given the Silver Lions rewards, I could see this maybe being worth it. I don't have it because I don't want to grind through bombers. I'd rather play my fighters and grind the tech tree that way. but I could see it being a Silverlines grinder. It is a little pricey. If that's your jam, I'll give it a meh. I'll give it a meh. But for me, it is a not buy. All right, KI-87. This is a skip. It's a skip because the performance doesn't back up the price and the performance doesn't back up the battle rating. You can go watch Deffin's video on it. He did a one that essentially talked me out of it. Every time it's on sale, I think about it just because I think it's a cool looking plane. But ultimately, I'm talked out of it because I don't want to buy something that doesn't have good flight performance. Um, and so I've skipped it. And that's going to be my recommendation. All right, the F-86F-40 JASDF, the Japanese Defense Force Saber. Basically, I don't even know if you can be able to buy this anymore right now. This is a buy if one, if you can do it, and two, if you want to skip right to the jet era, because it is only one of the two premiums that you can do so for the Japanese tech tree. Is it an amazing premium? No, it's a BR-90 Saber with two AIM-9Bs, which is lackluster at best. But if you don't want to play props and you want to jump straight into jets, it's a pretty good entry point. I mean, it's better than jumping to like 10.3 or anything 10.0. So, you could still fly around. It has a 50 cals. I wish it was the Canon version of the Saber, but it's got two AIM-9Bs. It's got 50 cals. It's got decent flight performance. You're just probably a little over tiered. You'll do well in down tiers and suffer in up tiers. That's basically what this one will do for you. But with Silverlines bonuses and the RP bonuses, if you can get this pack, I would say recommend it if you're looking to skip everything ahead of it. Otherwise, I mean, Japan's got great props. I personally loved playing the props in the Japanese line, but again, if you want to jump right to it and it's available for sale, it's a buy. And then lastly, I'm going to cover the F4EJ. It is basically an E Phantom in the Japanese tech tree that costs you $70. Is it going to be competitive at 11.0? Sure. Is it one of the best premiums that you could buy that are, I mean, I think it is for sale at $35. Maybe if you want to just grind everything out for $35 and at least it's an 11.0 and not an 11.3. You're not going to get the continual up tiers to go all the way to a top tier. I personally suffer a lot in E Phantoms. I just think they're at a weird, but I understand why they're also at 11.0. If they went any lower, they would probably be overpowered. So you can bomb, you can dogfight, you can do all the things. You get to play with decent missiles and radar missiles. So if you want to buy once, cry once, jump here and here with a $35 pack and go all the way to top tier with it, I can see your point. It's just not for me. I personally would probably throw a talisman on something that is unique to the Japan tech tree and grind it out that way, as I will enjoy playing these jets on my way to top tier, which I have top tier in other lines. I don't need to rush to play an F16F, or excuse me, F16C. I don't need to rush to this because I have it if I want to play it in other tech trees. But if I was starting fresh and this is still for sale at $35, yeah, pick it up, skip all the props. But I think the props are a lot of fun, and I think you're missing out a little bit. But I could definitely see it. So it gets a thumbs up for me at $35. At $70, it's a skip. At on sale, on discount, it's a buy. All right, that's it for me. That's for the Japanese tech tree. Have their largest concentration of premiums right here in the rank 2 to 4 range, and hopefully we get some more premium options and just some more options in the tech tree in general for Japan in the future. I think in terms of domestic flight models, the T2 and F1 are your best options. The T2 just finally got the AIM-9Ps. I think the F1 also got AIM-9Ps, but they are flareless planes, and so that's why they're at the BR that they are. But I think they're an interesting flight model, and this is, if you're looking for top tier jets, this is about where Japan ends for domestic models. So, but yeah, for sure, It's got some great other options too, but that's it for now. I think I'm going to do probably Italy or France next. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. Go ahead and if you're still here, like and subscribe. Thanks, YouTube. Till the next one.